Dear friends, today we are discussing about commodity thermoplastics. My name is Dr. N.St. Rangarajulu, Assistant Professor, Department of Production Technology, MIT Campus, Anna University, Chennai 44. Today we are discussing about different types of commodity thermoplastics and their applications and a classification of polymers and all those things. Polymeric materials, they are classified as plastics, elastomers, adhesives, and coatings, fiber, natural polymers, biosystems. Under these thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics, under thermoplastics, commodity plastics, engineering plastics, commodity plastics, polyethylene, polypropylene, polystyrene, polyvinyl chloride, and all those things. And then thermosetting, commodity plastics, engineering plastics, like that, you will have a sub-classifications are there. Commodity plastics, example for polyethylene, PE, plastic bag, hot melt glue gun, polyvinyl chloride, PVC, generally used for pipes, polystyrene, toys, disposable drinking glasses, etc. Engineering plastics, example polyamide, unlubricated gear, SGI boots, polycarbonate, PC, compact disc motorcycle helmet, ultra high molecular weight, PE, pen tips, and all those things we can able to manufacture. Polyethylene is a simplest of all polymers with 2C and 4H in the basic polymer repeating unit. High molecular weight, relatively insensitive to most solvent, used for chemical reaction, vessels, or pipe. However, joining is a problem because of solvent resistance of PE overcome by using a bonding technique that melt the surface of the PE parts. The thermal conductivity is good. However, melting temperature of PE is low, limited application at high temperatures. So several olefin polymers, polyethylene, polypropylene, polyisobutane, polymethyl bentane. So polyethylene, a bag manufactured from polyethylene. Polyethylene is a polyethylene, IUAPC, name polyurethane or polymethylene is the most widely, approximately 80 million metric tons they are used. The primary use is within a packaging, notably the plastic shopping bags. So classification of polyethylene: ultra high molecular weight polyethylene, ultra low molecular weight polyethylene, high molecular weight polyethylene, high density polyethylene, high density cross-linked polyethylene, medium density polyethylene, linear low density polyethylene, low density polyethylene, very low density polyethylene. Like that, classification of polyethylene itself, these many classes are there. So special low version of polyethylene produced through a catalyst selection and regulation of reactor conditions. Very low density polyethylene, VLDPE, densities between 0.890 and 0.915. Application include disposable gloves, shrink packages, vacuum cleaner hoses, tuning, bottles, shrink wrap, diaper film liners, and other healthcare products. Linear low density polyethylene, LLDPE, densities between 0.916 and 0.930, contains little, if any, branching by copolymerizing ethylene at low pressures in presence of catalyst with small amount of alpha olefin, comonomers, butene, hexene, octane, which play the role of uniform short branches along linear backbone. Properties include improved flux life, low warpage, improved stresses, crack resistance, better impact, tear or punctures versus conventional LPDE. Application include film for eyes, trash, garments, and produce bags at thinner gauge. So polyethylene, low cost and easy of manufacture, applications, packaging, container, toys, and housewares. The major differences of polyethylene molecules occur during polymerization process, formation of branching. Branching formation of side chain of the basic polymer backbone. Number of side chain and the length of side chain affect the properties. So classification of polyethylenes. Polyethylene is classified into several different categories based mostly on its density and branching. The mechanical properties of polyethylene depends significantly on the variable such as the extent and the type of branching, the crystal structure, and the molecular weight. Ultra high molecular weight polyethylene, high molecular weight polyethylene, high density polyethylene, high density cross-linked polyethylene, cross-linked polyethylene, medium density polyethylene, low density polyethylene, linear low density polyethylene, very low dense polyethylene. So polypropylene, PP, polypropylene or polypropylene is a thermoplastic polymer used in a wide variety of applications, including food packaging, textiles, laboratory equipments, loudspeakers, automotive components, and polymer banknotes. And addition polymer made from the monomer polypropylene, it is unusually resistant to many chemical solvents, bases, and acids. Its resin identification code is 5PP, like this, symbolic representation. The advantages, disadvantages of polypropylene: advantages: low cost, excellent flexural strength, good impact strength, processable by all thermoplastic equipments, low coefficient of friction, excellent electrical insulation, good fatigue resistance, excellent moisture resistance, service temperature up to 126 degrees centigrade, very good chemical resistance. Disadvantages: high thermal expansion, UV degradation, poor weathering resistance, subject to attack by fluorinated solvent and aromatics, difficulty to bond or paint, oxides readily, flammable. So polystyrene, carbon double bond to which be benzene ring and 3 hydrogens are attached. The size of the benzene group reduced the ability of the polymer chain to bend, prevent crystallization, 100% crystallinity. Those styrene and polystyrene given in symbolic representation. Applications: extruded polystyrene, PS, is economical and is used for producing plastic model assembly kits, plastic cutlery, CD jewel cases, smoke detector housings, license plates, frames, and many other objects where a fairly rigid economical plastic is desired. Production methods include stamping and injection molding. Applications: polystyrene, Petri dishes, and other laboratory containers such as test tubes and microplates play an important role in biomedical research and science. For these uses, articles are almost always made by injection molding and often sterilized post-modeling either by irradiation or treatment with ethylene oxide. Post-mold surface modification, usually with oxygen-rich plasmas, is often done to introduce polar groups. Much of modern biomedical research relies on the use of such products. They therefore play a critical role in pharmaceutical research. Applications continued. Polystyrene foams are good thermal insulators and are therefore often used for building insulation materials such as and structural insulated panels, building systems. They are also used for non-weight bearing architectural structures such as ornamental pillars. So applications, CD casings, shaving grasses, and all those things. Polyvinyl chloride, globally over 50% of PVC manufactured is used in construction as a building material. PVC is cheap and easily to accessible. In recent years, PVC has been replacing traditional building materials such as wood, concrete, and clay in many areas. The symbol for polyvinyl chloride developed by the Society of Plastic Industry so that items can be labeled for easy recycling is 3V like this. So rigid PVC compared to polyethylene and polypropylene, unmodified PVC is more rigid and stronger. Rigid PVC is used in many applications. Fillers are often used to reduce the cost of the product, stiffness, thermal stability, however, reduce toughness. Size representation of common pendant groups in the commodity polymers. The fluorine atoms is approximately the same size of the CH3 groups. The size of chlorine atom is sufficient to interface the close packaging and crystallization of PVC, resulting largely amorphous polymer, 10% of crystallinity. Vinyl chloride copolymers, chlorinated PVC, CPVC, possible to chemically modify PVC by substituting chlorine and hydrogen. The chlorine content can be raised from 56.8% in PVC to 62 to 72%. The CPVC has improved chemical and temperature resistance that can be used for pipe and hot water applications, even boiling water. Vinyl chloride, vinyl PVC, VAC, internally plasticizing PVC with 3% to 30% vinyl acetate, impact properties and processing easy are improved for floor coverings, phonogram records, etc. Polyalloys improves impact resistance of rigid PVC by blending with elastomers. Example, EVA, nitrile rubber, NBR, fluorinated polyethylene. Blend PVC with PMMA and SAN for better transparency. Blend PVC with ABS for improved combustion resistance. Applications of PVC, PE, TE or PET or polyethylene tetraphthalate thermoplastics materials used in plastic soft drink and rigid containers. HPDE, high density polyurethylene, the plastic commonly used to make milk and water jugs and 2-liter soda bottle bases. PVC is polyvinyl chloride. LPDE, low density polyethylene, the plastic used in cell phone wrap, diaper liners, and some squeeze bottles. PP, a light thermoplastic resin used in packaging, coating, pipes, and tubes. PS is polystyrene. PET or PETE or polyester, polyethylene terephthalate. Polyethylene PT terephthalate or PET is also known as wrinkle-free fiber. It is different from the plastics bag we commonly see at the supermarkets. These types of plastic polymer is mostly used for food and drinking packaging purposes due to its strong ability to prevent oxygen from getting in and spoiling the product inside. It also helps to keep the carbon dioxide in carbonated drinks from getting out. Although PET is most likely to be picked up by recycling programs, this type of plastic contains antimony trioxide, a matter that is considered as a carcinogen capable of causing cancer in living tissues. So longer a liquid is left in a PET container, the greater the potential for release of antimony. Warm temperature inside the cars, garages, and enclosed storage would also increase the release of hazardous matters. So that's why polyethylene PET bottles nowadays insisted to eliminate. Polyethylene, different types, resins, polyethylene, high density polyethylene, polyvinyl chloride, low density polyethylene, polypropylene, polystyrene, other resins. They are symbol code and option A symbols, option B symbols are given here. High density polyethylene plastic type, quite unique compared to the other types of high density polyethylene, as long virtually unbranched polymer chain, which makes them really dense and the stronger and thicker from PET. Polyethylene tetra. High density polyethylene is a plastic type commonly used in grocery bag, opaque milk, juice container, shampoo bottle, and medicine bottle. Not only recyclable, but HPDCE is also relatively more stable than PET. It is considered as a safer option for food and drinking use, although some studies have shown that it can leach estrogen mimicking additive chemicals that could disturb the human's hormonal system, which when exposed to ultraviolet light. High density polyethylene plastic type containers like this, and PVC polyvinyl chloride plastic type. These types of PVC pipes are also used. So polyvinyl chloride is typically used in toys, blister wrap, and cling wrap, and detergent bottles, loose leaf binders, blood bags, and medical tubings, etc. These plastics type used to be the second most widely used plastic resin in the world after polyethylene. Before the manufacturing and disposal process of PVC has been declared as the cause of serious health risks and environmental pollution issues. In the term of toxicity, the PVC is considered the most hazardous plastic. The use of it may leach a variety of toxic chemicals such as bisphenol A, BPA, phthalates, lead, dioxins, mercury, and cadmium. Several of these chemicals mentioned may cause cancer. It could also cause allergic symptoms in children and disturb the human hormonal system. PVC also rarely acceptable by recycling programs. This is why PVC is best to be avoided at all the costs. So low density polyethylene plastic type, low density polyethylene bags and other things. As said before, polyethylenes are most used for family of plastics in the world. This type of plastics has a simplest plastic polymer chemical structure, making it very easy and very cheap to process. LDPE polymers have significant chain branching, including long side chain, making them less dense and less crystalline, structurally ordered, and thus generally thinner, more flexible from the polyethylene. Low density polyethylene is mostly used for bags, grocery, dry cleaning, bread, frozen food bags, newspapers, garbages, plastic wraps, coatings for paper milk cartons, and hot and cold beverage cups, some squeezable bottles, honey, mustard, food storage containers, container lids. They are also used for wire and cable covering. Although some studies have shown that LDPE could also cause unhealthy hormonal effects in humans, LDPE is considered a safer plastic option for food and drink usage. Unfortunately, this type of plastic is quite difficult to be recycled. Polypropylene plastic type, these are all the PET bottles and other things they are manufactured. Stiffer and more resistant to heat. Polypropylene is widely used for hot food containers. Its strength quality is somewhere better LPDE and HDPE. Besides in thermal vest and car parts, PPE is also included in the disposable diaper and sanitary pad liners. Some same as LDPE, PP is considered a safer plastic option for food and drink use. It is a good material for baby milk bottle as long as made of food grade plastic and identified as BPA free. Although it bears all those amazing qualities, PP is not entirely recyclable and could also cause asthma and hormone disturbance in human. So polystyrene plastic types. So polystyrene is the styrofoam we all commonly used for food containers, egg cartons, disposable cups and bowls, packaging, and also bike helmet. When exposed to hot and oily food, PS could leach. Styrene is considered as a brain and nervous system toxicant. It could also affect genes, the lungs, the liver, and the immune system. On the top of all of those risks, polystyrene has a low recycling rate. Other plastic materials, number of 7 is for all plastic other than those identified numbers 1 to 6 and also plastics that may be layered or mixed with different types of plastics such as bioplastics. Polycarbonate is the most common plastic in this category, is not used as much in recent years due to its being associated with bisphenol A, BPA. PC is also known as various names, Lexan, Macrolan, and Macroclear. So other plastic materials, ironically, PC is typically used for baby bottles, sippy cups, water bottles, water gallons, metal food can liners, ketchup containers, and dental sealants. Due to its toxicity, several countries have banned the use of PC for baby bottles and infant formula packagings. The BPA contained inside PC has been linked to numerous health problems, including chromosome damage in female ovaries, decreased sperm production in males, early onset of puberty, and various behavioral changes. It has also been linked to alternate immune function, sex reversal in frogs, impaired brain and neurological function, cardiovascular system damage, adult onset type 2, diabetes, obesity, resistance to chemotherapy, increased risk of breast cancer, prostate cancer, infertility, and metabolic disorders. Added with its very low recycle rate quality, PC is to be avoided at all the cost. The 3 important key points, memorizing all of those 7 different materials, types of plastics could be overwhelming. So here are several key points you need to remember. Though it varies between types, every single category of plastic could leach hazardous materials. It put in an extreme situation such as extreme heat. 3 types of plastic that are considered as safer options among the other are polyethylene terephthalate, high density polyethylene 2-HDPE and polypropylene 5PP. Although the experts are currently working in inventing the best method and strategy to recycle all of these type of plastics, and two types of plastics that are mostly picked up by the recycling programs are polyethylene terephthalate 1 PET and high density polyethylene 2-HDPE. So thank you very much for your listening. So this is different types of polymers and thermoplastics, commodity polymers and their applications, properties, and all those things we will discuss. This may be useful for you. Next video, we will discuss about something different from these polymers and other things. Thank you very much for your patient listening. Thank you. Thank you.